When true history is revealed, you'll be shocked. In a previous historical video, I informed you that white Europeans didn't start transitioning from African to pale skin until about 4,000 years ago, starting in the north of Europe, finishing up about 400 years ago in the south of Europe. It is quite annoying that Europeans portray themselves existing before 4,000 years ago and being pale. In this series, make no mistake, there were no pale Europeans in existence. We're going to destroy your very bad American education by going into depth about why humans never came from apes, nor an ape ancestor. Make no mistake, humans started in Africa about 2 million years ago. 2 million years ago, though, other beings existed. When humans, Africans, encountered these beings, many things happened. Some married them and bred them out. Some moved into their area and ate all of the local food up before moving on, leaving them to starve. Some warred with them and defeated them because they put their females alongside their males. Namely, Neanderthals did this. Their society believed in the total equality of male and female until they encountered humans, Africans. It was a winning strategy, but humans, although smaller, used only males and kept the females at home, breeding more and more humans, prolifically producing more humans and eating up the local food to both starve and diminish their ranks since the females died in combat too. Make no mistake, Neanderthals were bigger, heavier, much more muscle than humans. Also, remember, humans 100,000 years ago were no bigger than a medium-sized dog. Museums make the mistake of not putting humans alongside Neanderthal statues to show the drastic comparison between the two. But we're going back 3 to 4 million years ago, before humans, Africa, encountered any other beings, and before they left Pangaea. Before we start talking about humans, Africans, let's first get one thing straight. The picture you have in your brain about what Earth looked like is completely false. No, I'm not talking about flat Earth theory. I'm talking about white Earth intentional mismapping of the planet. I'll list the errors in your education about the planet. Number 1, the world is upside down from the pictures you see all the time. Number 2, Africa dominates most of the planet, and most of the rest of the planet is tiny compared to Africa. Number 3, Pangaea was far more recent than what you've been told. Number 4, contrary to what the really stupid people think, a planet takes millions of years to go from mountain-ridden to flat. Number 5, the planet has gone from fireball to ice ball over and over to finally settle down into a fairly stable climate that can support human and animal life, and no amount of debate will change the climate. The forces the planet goes through makes humans a speck of dust in the calculation of climate. Go back and rewind that and look it up to confirm in your brain that your education literally lied to you. I get that Europeans, a minority on the planet, want to seem more important than they are, but to lie about almost everything seems a detriment even to themselves. About the planet, simply look up NASA maps from 1970 to now, and you'll see the United States is big as half the planet in one and not even 5% in another, which means the pictures are false and faked. You can fit the entire rest of the world inside the borders of Africa, yet they try to portray Europe as big as Africa, or the US as the same size. Science has observed on other planets, according to their age, sort of like humans, Africans, that it mellows with time, so a rocky, mountainous planet is young, and one with rolling pastures is anciently old, millions upon millions of years old. So Earth with rolling pastures, but still with many mountains and trenches in the ocean, is relatively old, as in millions of years old, but not so old that the mountains have flattened. Regardless, the people that think the planet is 8,000 years old are beyond being miseducated to being scientifically stupid. As far as climate goes, claiming that CO2 is a greenhouse gas, which is wrong to begin with, is pure poppycock. Water vapor is the biggest greenhouse gas. And let's educate all of you on what greenhouse effect even means. Those planets closer than the Earth to the Sun range from a little bit hotter to literally having their atmosphere on fire. Equally understandable, those planets further from the Earth, from the Sun, range from freezing to, oh my god, is that 0 degrees Kelvin? The greenhouse effect does two things. It creates a bubble around the Earth and keeps the nice warm temperature inside. Otherwise, we'd all have the temperature of space on the planet and be an ice ball again. Making people afraid of the word greenhouse effect is the most evil thing imaginable, and humans have nothing to do with it. And speaking of humans, where did we come from? Thank you for watching my channel. Please like the video to continue this series. Otherwise, we'll simply produce this over on Patreon and ignore the channel. Thank you. Like the video.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me.